What is going on, everybody? Got Skunk72 coming at you from sunny, hot as balls, Southern California. Again, I haven't been out much lately because of working 2 jobs, and honestly, there's been several days where it's just too goddamn hot to ride, so I haven't done it. So, it's only 102 today, which I know is still hot as balls, but it's been like 110 lately. I think the last day I had a chance to ride, it was like 108, and it just didn't sound like fun, so I didn't go. So I'm trying a couple new things out today. Went and got myself a pair of solar sleeves to keep the sun off my arms, because for some reason this year my arms have been getting cooked a lot more than usual. So I wanted to try and see if I could maybe keep the sun off them without having something heavy on me that's going to make me too damn hot. The other thing I got going on, which I'll try not to talk too much about because, you know, nobody gives a crap about my camera and mic setup. But what I'm testing is I went ahead and ordered a second Dyna wired mic and then a 2.5 to 3.5 adapter so I can plug it into my GoPro adapter. So we'll see how that one works out. I've also got my Dyna audio pack recording on that camera up there. So either way, I've got audio. I'm just going to see which one turns out better. Hopefully this wired mic plugged directly into the GoPro works out. What I don't like with the GP10 is the fact that it cancels out too much of the bike sound. Which I know that's what Dyna is supposed to do, is cancel out background noise and all that, which is why it does that, and that's fine for the intercom. But I like to have a little bit of my bike sound in the background while I ride. So far with these arm sleeves, I just bought them like 10 minutes ago. So far I like them. They're not like cooking me, but they're keeping the sun off my arm. And it actually, having them covered with something light actually feels cooler than it did being barefoot. So that's a little short term. Again, I just bought them, so we'll see how they work out for the rest of the day. For right now, I'm just wandering aimlessly, and I thought I'd take you guys with me to see if I come up with anything interesting enough to say, and maybe I'll go ahead and post it. But we'll see. So like I said, I've been working a lot of hours between the hospital and the ambulance, and it just seems that lately there has been no sleep on any shift on the ambulance. Then at the hospital it's all 12-hour shifts, so obviously there's no sleeping on a 12-hour. The hospital's been pretty busy, and I'm just a per diem there, but they've actually tried to call me in a few times, but I haven't been available because of my other job. If the days would have been working out better, I could be making a ton of money right now. Nice. So let's talk a little bit of computer tech talk right now. My son, he's 13 years old. He's really huge into his video games. And obviously I like that in videos. So he's been talking forever about wanting a gaming computer. And those things are expensive. Well, he's been sending me these links to computer setups that he's done, where you buy your parts piece by piece and you put them all together yourself. And I kind of think he's convinced me, but what I want to do is we're going to order all these pieces, and it's going to be something for us to do together, since we don't get a whole lot of time together between all my work hours and school and homework and all that stuff. So I thought this would be fun. I don't know a whole lot about putting together a computer, but yeah, go figure. The 13-year-old, he seems to know everything about it. So he's actually going to be teaching me some stuff. As long as he remembers, I'll still kick his ass. I'm 6'2", about 230, so I'm not a little guy. My 13-year-old is 5'10" and getting close to 200 pounds. So I'm thinking by the time he's 14, and not 14, he's actually gonna be 14 pretty soon. I'm thinking by the time he's 15, he's probably gonna be taller than me and outweigh me. And again, I'm still dad, so I'll still kick his ass when needed. And then his mom is about 5'4", maybe 120 pounds tops. So I think it's safe to say that he took after me on body type. So if any of you guys out there have ever built your own computer and you maybe got some advice to throw at me, I would very much appreciate it. But it's looking like the stuff that we have picked out that we want to get is this is gonna be a pretty badass computer. And what we're gonna do, since we're getting good enough stuff that it's gonna be decent for a while, we're gonna have to order piece by piece, and then once we get it all, then we'll put it all together. Just because I can't drop that gum on the old ones, it's gonna be when I get a good paycheck, we'll buy a few pieces. The other thing is I told him this would be our computer, so it's for both me and him. And I told him that he needs to contribute, which means birthday money, which he's got a birthday coming up next month. He needs to put some of the birthday money towards our new computer, and I'm going to put some money towards it. I haven't decided yet for his birthday if I'm going to maybe give him a couple $100 to buy one of the pieces, or if I'll buy a piece and wrap it up and give it to him. You know, it's his birthday, so I mean it'll be like one of the bigger pieces. I think the most expensive things are the video card, because we're getting like I want to say the one we picked out was a 1060. The 1080 is better, but a 1080 costs about $500, and I can't drop that kind of money just on a video card. But it's like it's a 6 gig 1060 video card, so it's gonna do what we need it to do. It'll make my editing software run like probably flawlessly, and then he can put his games at like the ultra level, so it looks like super realistic. He's into like Battlefield and stuff like that. Now, I know some of you parents out there are going to say, oh my god, I can't believe you let your kid play those violent games. Well, there's a decision that I made a long time ago, was that instead of trying to shield my children from the world and make them think it's a beautiful place and nothing ever goes wrong, I decided I would teach them the difference between playing a game and real life. So it is something that we bring up all the time when he's playing his games. Red Bomb. When he's playing his games, I'll sit down and talk to him, and he's probably sick of hearing it, and I don't care if he's sick of hearing it. We still go over it every time we get a chance. But I'll sit down with him and say, now you understand, this is a video game, this is not real life. And he totally understands. Yeah, it's the same thing with guns. Instead of saying, oh, never get near any gun, guns are bad, guns kill people, I teach my kids gun safety instead. Now, if they ever have questions about a gun, they ask. And I sit down, I'll get out a gun and show it to them, and I talk to them about it, and I teach them safety while I'm doing it. And honestly, my belief is teaching safety and responsibility does a lot more than shielding them from the world. Now, there's also another thing that I talk to both of my kids about quite often, and it's drug use. I run a lot of overdose calls in my area. A lot. Way too many for the population that we have. Every time I run an overdose call, I tell my kids about it. And I gotta nice bit of advice from a girl that I picked up that was a heroin addict once. Honestly, I don't remember what her complaint was. She wasn't overdosed that day, but she had overdosed in the past. While we were on our way to the hospital, I asked her if I could, talk to her a little bit, because I forget exactly how I put it, but I told her, you don't have to talk to me about this, but if you would, it would be great. And she said, yeah, go ahead, I'll talk to you about anything. So I told her, I have 2 kids that are teenagers, and for obvious reasons, I told her, I'm not trying to badmouth you, I'm not trying to talk down to you, but for obvious reasons, I don't want them to follow the path that you followed. And she is such a sweet girl, she totally understood. And I explained to her that I sit down, that I tell my kids about every drug-related call that I run. And the only advice that this sweet girl could give me was, keep doing what you're doing. My parents never talked to me about it. Yeah, God bless that girl. I really hope she was able to beat those demons. She really was a sweet girl that obviously just made some mistakes in her life. So I'm hoping she's okay. And, there's, after thousands and thousands and thousands of calls that I've ran, there's a few that will stick with me. And this girl is one that I will never forget. It's one of those things that taught me to not judge. Not pass judgment on people, because this girl's a heroin addict and it's so easy to look at her and go, oh my god, you're a dirtbag. But she was a nice girl, really was a nice girl. And I have like zero plan for where I'm going right now. I'm just riding Monsalvat Canyon right now, just cruising. I don't think I'm going to ride for very long. Although, the way I feel right now, I feel like I could ride forever. These arm sleeves actually are doing quite a bit of good. I really feel like I'm a lot cooler than I normally am with bare arms. So I'll use these bad boys to get me through this summer. We in Southern California, our summer goes till about October. In September, we might have a few days that dip down into like the 80s, but we're still gonna have 100-degree days all through September. It's been over 100 degrees every day for about the past 3 weeks here, and maybe even more, I'm not sure. So I think I've done plenty of babble for right now. Let's see, my video, I can't read. Yeah, I can't read how long it is. I know it's getting up there in time, so I'm gonna continue my ride, keep the camera on, and if I come up with anything interesting, well, not that I ever have anything interesting to talk about, if I come up with anything that I feel is interesting enough to put on my vlog, I'll pop back in. But if not, then we'll cut it here. So as always, rubber side down, shiny side up, and I will catch you all next time. Thanks for watching.